Welcome back to another short clip. Today, we'll shed some light on the terms NRI and foreign citizen. I'm Indira, your Whitecroft Ford virtual advisor. Hello again. Indeed, we all know it can get a little confusing with all the frequent changes in the regulations of the Government of India. Did you know the term NRI has been around for more than 3 decades? Yet, it's not necessarily correctly used in our general understanding. Okay, so why does this matter? Well, let's start by defining 3 terms to gain some context according to the Indian authorities. Let's define 3 significant terms first, according to the Government of India terminology and its appropriate use. Number 1, the full form of NRI is non-resident Indian. Number 2, a foreign citizen means an individual that is not a citizen of India. And number 3, for PIO, the full terminology is a person of Indian origin. Right, so why does this matter? Well, if you're undertaking due process for your Indian legal matters or Indian property matters, a mistake in your status can cause a great deal of avoidable complications. Now let's define what the terms actually mean. First of all, an NRI refers to an individual who is an Indian citizen but resides out of India for more than 182 days in a given financial year, which then means if you reside in India for 182 days or more, you'll be treated as a resident. Let's look at an example in relevance to the permanent account number. Because you're an Indian citizen with an Indian passport, your PIN status will be resident. Next, the foreign citizen. What is a foreign citizen? Well, a foreign citizen is quite simply an individual who is a citizen of another country and not a citizen of India. For example, you may hold a British passport or a Canadian passport, although you may also be a person of Indian origin by birth. Next and finally, let's define a person of Indian origin. The Indian government states that a PIO is any individual who at any time held an Indian passport or who or either of their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents were born and permanently resided in India as defined in Government of Indian Act 1935 and other territories that became part of India thereafter, provided neither was at any time a citizen of any aforesaid countries as stated, or who is a spouse of a citizen of India or a PIO. Interestingly, a person of Indian origin can be a foreign citizen, but a foreign citizen does not necessarily have to hold a PIO status. Great, so we now briefly understand that the term NRI, although popularly used in day-to-day language, may not be applicable to you. It depends entirely on your residential status. Although it can get a little confusing, but if you're unsure, you should consider seeking professional advice for your Indian legal or property matters. And finally, if you're looking to obtain a PIN, do ensure that your residential status is correct. Unfortunately, a number of individuals are now faced with an inoperative PIN as a result of this issue. Until again, best wishes.